Hey guys, welcome back to Kuma-style Reviews. What we've got is another Japanese convention, summer convention exclusive from Sen-ti-nel. Their Iron Patriot armor, the one over here on the right, all star-spangled and stuff like that. The only one that makes sense to be called Iron Patriot. So, pulling them to the forefront here, we also have the Sen-ti-nel Armorized Iron Man, and two more from their re-edit series, like Iron Patriot, the Bleeding Edge, as well as the Extremis armor, which the Iron Patriot is based off of. And for all of you scoffing at the fact that it is a retool of the Extremis armor, this is comic accurate, and the comic version also has the same similarities to the Extremis armor. Now, this is about 7¼ inches tall, so a little bit taller than the Armorized. The Armorized is a separate series. Lots of QC issues. I'm not really the biggest fan, but I am a fan of the Model 25 armor from the comics in general. So I dig it, but I just wish the toy itself was made better. Just to show the height differences there. And we've got a good look at the two, the Extremis armor on the left, Iron Patriot on the right. So you can see the retooling, the differences done between the two. It does have the difference on the emblem there, the star versus that, but other than that, I've looked through it pretty extensively, and the armoring looks pretty much same, the detailing and things like that. So we'll go top to bottom here. So you guys can see, just different decos. And of course, it does come with the shield as well, which is removable. And spotlight on Iron Patriot himself right here. It does come with, of course, the figure. He comes with 4 different sets of hands. I don't know what it's like, the number 4 kind of deal, like that. Very open hands, and the rest are open hands. These fingers are a little bit more closed to where these are semi-gripping. More of a claw kind of deal there. Get some of these hands out of the way. Move them over ever so slightly. I've got dogs, don't want to knock anything on the floor. Okay, now looking at Iron Patriot himself, he does come with the light up gimmick. We'll go ahead and do that now, leave him lit up for the rest of the review. I don't know how bright it'll be with these big lights in front of it, but switcher on the back, just like the Extremis and the Bleeding Edge, both. There you go. Let's turn off one of these lights and see if we can really look. In fact, we'll turn off both. Alright, and you can see it's pretty bright. In fact, we will turn off our display lights in the back too. Turn off the room light. That's the light gimmick. Pretty damn bright. Figure itself, just giving you a look. Front to back, very, very clean paint job. I really do dig it. The shield, it clips on, clips right here. In fact, I'm going to check out the Extremis, see if it clips onto there as well, and it does. So that was obviously made with that thought in advance. Alright. Shield is plastic. It'd be cool if it was die cast, but not really worth the cost. Watch out, I've got a couple of small paint chips there. It sucks. There's no real good way to put that, you know, especially with such a clean paint job too. It looks great. Now, looking at him, same posability as the others, very posable. 2 ball joints, neck, head, can look up and down. You can see the wires and stuff like that in there. They're stuffed in really nicely, so when you're moving the head around and this and that, they don't come loose. Alright, and I'm glad that it's made well, because this would be a pain in the ass to get replaced if anything was wrong with it, being a convention exclusive and all that. Alright, you saw the 2 points of articulation, 1 ball joint here. I think that's a ball joint there. I'm not going to pop it off to see with all the electronics and stuff. Who knows what's going on in there. But rotates like a ball joint, and it's cool that it has like double ab crunch. That's only something that I've really seen between this and the Tatsunoko Fighting Gear series. I don't know if I've ever seen 2 crunches like that in a figure at all, so it's new to me. Shoulder pads, multiple points of articulation. They go up and down, but they also have a rotator there as well. So lots of movements in the shoulder pads. Alright, full ball jointed style movement on the shoulders. Bicep swivel. Double jointed biceps. And the wrists are on ball joints, but there's not a lot of wiggle room there for like the in and outs and stuff like that. But they do rotate. Alright, we went over the waist. Really tight, thigh swivel. Now, these shoulder skirts, they do move a bit, but they don't move out too far. Just watch it, move it out first before kicking the leg out. There you go. Just play with that first, get kind of a feel for its limitations, and you'll be fine. Front swing, like really no back swing at all. Double jointed knees, which is awesome. Great ankle tilt. Diecast legs and feet, which is awesome. Alright. Get him into the standard Ironman pose. It seems to be the theme of these reviews, so let's do it. And I love that he can look up so far. That is just fantastic to me. Alright, so I don't know. I'll look through the LCD in a second, see how it actually looks, but these lights are really bright. Actually move them out some. But there we go. Pulls them off pretty decent. If this were a photo, probably a little bit of refining I'd do there and stuff, but it's cool. And taking a look at the shield here, that's the clip. Make sure that the indented part's on the bottom when you put it in. Now it does have an extender here as well. I can't really get it to extend. It's so tight, like the pivots there or whatever, while it's snapped on, but it's easy enough to snap on to snap off. There it is. Not very heavy. Like I said, it is plastic. Really cool. The size is just perfect. It's awesome. Now, the extending gimmick, I think what it was meant for was to emulate like a toss or something like that. But it really doesn't go out far enough to really do that. Especially when you're looking at it from the front. Just doesn't, or at least not to me. Maybe if it works to the majority of the people, cool. I'd love to be the odd man out. But for me, I like the thought behind it, and it still goes on fine as a regular shield. It's not like it affects anything, but I still feel like it could have been done to go out a bit farther. But even right there, I mean, from the camera view, it doesn't look too bad. So, I don't know. It's an extra thing. I just like them having a shield in general. If I really wanted to do something photography-wise, just while I'm dropping everything, maybe put it out or something like that, have a stand holding it, something to really give it some distance there, and you see how the blur, the focus and stuff like that really makes it look like it's being tossed. Alright, but again, that's the shield. Let's get that put back. Indent part on the bottom. He does come with his own display thing, like a Hall of Armor kind of deal, which converts into a flight stand as well. We've already went over this same thing with the other two that came with them, so I'm not going to do all that. It's just kind of annoying to set up. I'll do it in my photography, which you can look at on kumastyle.com, of course. But final thoughts on this: sold at the event, same price as the Extremis armor. I believe it was $160. This is one where I said, like the Tatsunoko, the Black Shern, it wasn't worth the secondhand pricing. This one definitely is. Really clean paint job. I see it selling for $300 or so. And unfortunately, if I didn't get it for cost, yeah, I'd probably be okay with paying the $300. This one's really nice. Came out really well, really clean. I dig it quite a bit. This line in general just exudes quality. composability, right amount of die cast in the right places. It's well done. And I definitely look forward to the next. I believe the next one coming up is War Machine, and then from there, Hulkbuster. They also showed a prototype at the Anime Comic and Games Convention, AcG, in Hong Kong of the black and yellow armor, which looked great, so Google that for sure. But anyways, this has been another Kumastyle review. Again, go to kumastyle.com, check out the pictorial on this guy, and let me know what you think. See you guys next